Okay, I got
You got yours?
I'm a ventriloquist.
Why do y'all just sit there when we first come on and you don't say anything? You just sit.
How you doing today, Coffee? I'm doing good.
Oh, September 23rd on a Saturday at 8:08 a.m. with coffee in tow.
I'm kindness in a cup. You didn't know I had no special abilities, did you?
No, I'll tell y'all something funny to start off with is Jason's been trying to come up with different things for the kids channel and he was looking at some puppets
Some puppets.
and I was like he was like trying to figure out how he could use it. And I said he said I need to come up with a voice and I said you don't have to come up with a voice. I'm Henrietta and I can. And I think you thought that was kind of funny, didn't you?
I did. I thought it was kind of funny.
He's got his voice right here beside him.
Oh my goodness.
I can be Henrietta. So before we get started, do y'all notice my shirt? Can't see the whole. Well, now you can.
Yeah, you can.
Nick and Zoe from Chestnut Hills. They don't have your normal peacocks.
Mm-hmm.
They have peacocks.
The peacocks.
And one of their followers came up with that saying. And so they had Brooke and Jason, which are their male and female, peahen and peacock,
That's
put
so
on a
funny.
shirt.
That's so funny.
It is. So I'm wearing it in honor of the peacocks this morning.
The peacocks. That was pretty witty.
It was.
Thank you, Nick and Zoe.
Yeah. And I talked to them last night. Rhett's doing much better.
Yes.
Which we're so thankful because little fella's been down with pneumonia.
Right.
Hey, I see them.
Hey, there they are.
And it's unlike him to be down, or, pretty much any kid. When you see one that's full force all the time and you see them go down, it's always concerning.
Yeah, it is. But I bet you money Farmer Rick wasn't down long. I bet he was. They probably had just about threatened to strap him down in that bed.
Well, he was down. He was really down.
He was sick. But I mean, after he started feeling better.
Well, that hasn't been a full day yet, I don't think. Yesterday, I think, was his turning point. So now the strapping begins.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't know what they said. I can't see it.
It says that Nick's working today, so we got Zoe.
All right.
He's up and at it this morning. I bet he is.
I bet he is.
He reminds me of Holly.
Well, you know what that means. If he reminds you of Holly, then he needs to go to Outback today. Zoe, Rhett's feeling all better. He's got that Holly, and they could take Bandit with them.
They got that Holly energy.
But they got an Australian Shepherd named Bandit.
That's right.
They could take Bandit and Rhett.
They could.
To the Outback Steakhouse.
There you go. Now, that's what you do when Nick's at work. Right there. We got your day planned out, Zoe.
She may not be very happy with us.
Oh, goodness.
Let's just hope Rhett didn't see it.
Nick may not be happy with us.
Well, who knows?
Oh, my goodness.
Who knows? Well, we're up and at 'em this morning. We hope y'all are too.
What are y'all doing to me? Oh, we are up and at 'em.
We're going to have a good day.
We are going to have a good day.
The sun's shining.
And the weather has been perfect.
You know what Mary Carl asked me yesterday?
What's that?
Like I'm some kind of predictor or something. How many days do you think we're going to have weather like this? I told her that I thought there may be some mornings that we may have to have a sweatshirt. But I thought from now to our event, which is October the 21st in Vernon, Florida.
That's right.
The Sunflower Festival.
The meet and greet.
I thought that we would be wearing like what we're wearing now. Shorts and a t-shirt, maybe a sweatshirt in the morning. It's comfortable. No sweatshirt yet.
The only thing is we're back at no rain.
Yeah, we're at no rain.
I noticed yesterday. Yesterday, I really noticed the pastures.
They're crunchy.
They are awful. and no rain in sight. I saw the weatherman saying that we were going to have an extremely dry end of September and an extremely dry October.
I walked from usually I do this when I'm feeding in the morning. But yesterday morning I had something to do, and that was go over to my friend Catherine at G&G Farm.
Mm-hmm.
So you handled the feeding, but you did not fill up the goose pools, which
No.
I told you to don't
Right,
worry
right.
about. So when I got back, I walked from the house to fill up the goose pools. Usually it's early in the morning and the grass has still got a little dew on it.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't feel that crunch. But when I did it yesterday afternoon, I was like, oh my gracious, y'all.
Yes, it's bad.
Our grass is literally crunchy.
It is bad. We ain't had this been. Oh well, it is what it is.
The poor people on the East Coast are getting a storm that they didn't anticipate.
That thing just kind of just flew, didn't it?
It came out of nowhere. So
I didn't hear anything about it until yesterday.
It was like when it was here, then you knew about it.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So the East Coast is experiencing a tropical storm, so to speak. I believe that's what it is. And wind and rain, and it's going to follow the coastline. So
yeah, and
hopefully no damage.
And with the lack of rain, our pond's just getting smaller and smaller and smaller. But I will say this. At the meet and greet, we had two of our awesome followers, tell us that they had similar ponds, a runoff pond, and just to be patient. And this was the same with Jason at Pedals from the Past. He said, just be patient, because they also have a runoff pond, which was right where we were, right in front of it or right behind it, depending on how you're looking at it, at the meet and greet. And Jason said it took theirs several years to finally get full. And one lady told me that they had 2 hurricanes in one season, and that's how theirs got full. And ever since that second hurricane come through, it's been full ever since.
Here's my thinking about the pond. Okay, so I know it takes substantial rain to fill up our pond because it's a runoff pond.
Right.
But once it gets full, if it gets full from rain, whatever, and we have a summer like we just had, the volume's going to go down substantially.
It's going to evaporate.
So I've come to the conclusion that no matter what, we've got to have a supplemental way to fill that pond.
Right.
And I was telling y'all on the last live that I hadn't heard back from the well guy.
Right.
That he had not called me. When we got off of this live, I looked at my phone, and literally our lives are from 4 to 5 on Tuesday. At 4:30, the guy had called, and I missed his call, and he left a message with an estimate.
Right.
And so I wanted to know more details about the estimate. Obviously, he told me a price. Okay, so what does that include? So I called him back, left him a message that I needed him to call me back because I had some questions. That was Tuesday. I left a message Tuesday afternoon. Haven't heard back.
Maybe he watches the lives, and he watched that one and said, oh, I need to call him. And then now he's going to watch this one and say, I need to call him back.
Maybe I should turn my phone on. And if he does call, y'all can hear all the questions and help me with those questions. I don't think that's the case. I don't think he watches the live.
It was just coincidence, but yep.
It was coincidence. But he did call back and gave a price, and we were okay with it, but we can't get any details.
We don't know what all that included, right? Right. I saw Head Family Farm on here this morning, too.
All right.
And I would love to give a shout out to our wonderful moderators, and that is Chestnut Hills Farmstead and Head Family Farm. And if you guys don't follow them, go give them a follow. And they're just the best people in the world.
We got one that we need to add.
Who?
Catherine at G&G.
I will add her.
Please do, because Catherine, there are times when she's busy.
She's on here, isn't she?
And she doesn't get to see the live. But for the most part, she's always on here. And she's such a good friend to us that I think that she could do a good job when Head Family and Zoe, there's Catherine, could they have other things going on.
That's right.
So we'll make that happen.
I will add Catherine. Good deal. That was a good one. Speaking of the ventriloquist and our puppet.
Or lack of puppet. This is our puppet for today. And she doesn't like to be picked up and shown. But
yeah, she's
you see she's here.
The new kids video came out this morning at 7 o'clock. If any of you guys out there want to watch it or your kids want to watch it, it is out on YouTube this morning on Cog Hill Farm Kids. And look, I am prepared this morning. Watch this. Boom.
Nothing happened.
There it is.
Oh.
All right, I posted a link to it.
I was waiting on it to come up the screen.
No, the people, they'd have to read it and type all that in. This right here.
Oh, but they got to read through the comments, don't they?
It comes up.
Oh, okay.
It comes up.
So there's your link to the video.
It is. And today's video, and I think a lot of adults are going to like this one because I'm feeding the farm. It's me walking around, feeding all the animals and loving on all the animals. And it was fun to make. Really fun to make.
Jason told me that this is the best one yet.
I think it's the best one yet. What I love about the kids' videos is besides this is me. I mean, I'm goofy, silly. I don't know. This is just me. Plus, I'm recording them early. So I'm recording them like Monday or Tuesday.
Because you like it.
Because I like it. And it gives me all week to work on it. Like our normal videos, they're either recorded 2 days prior or the day prior. And then I have to edit it that day and then put it out the next day.
Well, it hasn't been an issue because you have done it so pre-prepared.
That's right.
Oh, I didn't even show you this last night because you were working late.
Okay. But the kids' videos are a lot more detailed and I don't know. You'll see it's a lot of sound effects, a lot of just pictures and videos. And anyways, I'm enjoying the kids' videos and you guys are too. And I can't thank you enough for your support.
And I didn't mean to interrupt
you. It's okay.
I'll get in trouble for that. Do you know who that is?
I do. What's he got in his hand?
So, y'all.
Speaking of, you remind me to
I got to show y'all
send him a link to about the kids' videos.
Do y'all know who this is? Natalie, his wife, texted me this picture last night.
They found it.
This is Nico from our Brown Farmhouse, and they are friends of ours. Their daughter is actually in today's video.
She is. She is a special guest and gives a fun fact about emus in today's video.
And that would be Egypt from our Brown Farmhouse. But Natalie texted me this picture of Nico last night. And she said she did not see the result in person when he found his burnt ends dip. And she wished she had seen the reaction.
Yeah.
And look, y'all. Okay, so I said, I gotta know, need a review, please. And she said, I wish I could have caught his reaction when he saw it on the shelf. And I said, I bet that shirt that he had on gave him the luck he needed to find that dip. Do y'all see what kind of shirt that is?
Oh my goodness.
That's his Texas attire, which he's a Texas native. So
I bet he's saving that dip for the game today.
I bet he is.
I'm not for sure who Texas plays, but I bet he's saving that for the game today.
I bet he is. And I wanted to tell her that he should have saved that shirt for today, but I'm betting he's got multiple.
I bet he's got multiples. I bet he does.
So if y'all don't follow our Brown Farmhouse, go and give those guys a follow. And we are thankful for Egypt that collaborated with us on the fun kids video. And they're just great people. They
are awesome. There they are.
There they are.
He said he's cracking it open for the game today.
That's right. We figured.
I knew what's up.
Yeah.
I know what's up.
I know. I'm going to be sent to Walmart before long. And I'm going to be trying to find some, which I know I'm not going to get it today. I know they're out of stock.
Speaking of football games, oh my gracious, I'm
pumped
and nervous today.
We got to be done with all of our projects by 2:30.
2:30.
Mary Carl and I have afternoon plans. We're leaving the farm. Mary Carl and I are leaving the farm. We're leaving it to Jason and the dogs and all the animals. And hopefully the outcome is good for Alabama.
Hopefully, unless you're a Mississippi fan.
Ole Miss. Unless you're an Ole Miss fan, then you can go with us if you are. How's that? Because you're going to be disappointed.
Oh, me.
You know that we gave Nico a hard time at the Petals from the Past event because he was wearing his Texas attire.
He was.
Texas played Alabama, in which they showed out
Mm-hmm.
against Alabama. And you were such a good sport and sent him a picture the next day like this.
This one.
Oh.
Hook 'em horns.
Oh, it's not like this.
That's Surfer Boy. That's
well,
Wipeout.
You should have told him that.
Cowabunga.
But whatever it is, Dyson was a good sport and told Nico congratulations.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's all fun.
It is all fun.
But it's not something Mary Crawl enjoys, so she and I will go.
And you can watch it, but
well, I used to be more interested than I am now.
Yep.
Priorities change. And my priority today is going to be birding. We are going birding. Local birding.
Going birding.
Yes. And I've been told that we have a way to log what birds we see.
Really?
Yes. She has some kind of oh goodness, I can't even remember what it was called. Cornell, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we're logging the birds we see.
Oh, so y'all gonna document this is an official birding.
Yeah, official birding.
This one's business.
Hopefully they're not hiding. Hopefully we see what she's after. She's told me what she hopes to see. Don't ask me.
Don't ask us.
I'm just along for the ride.
Her talking now, General talking about birds, we typically can comprehend, but when she gets,
deep down,
that's like me trying to explain to her what a linebacker blitz is when we're watching football.
Well, we're not watching football.
So it's just oh my goodness. Well, big announcement besides the new kids video is out today. So be sure to watch that after the live's over with.
Yeah.
For our dark roast coffee fans.
Okay.
The dark roast coffee is officially on the website today. So I
didn't know that.
If you're a dark roast coffee fan, it's ready to go. It is ready to go, and Ryan is ready to go. Ryan the roaster. So Ryan the roaster. So y'all be sure to check out the dark roast if you're a dark roast fan. We tried different kinds, and this was pretty in depth, just like this coffee too, though. But
yeah, I'm not so much a picky coffee drinker. I would say I know good coffee when I taste it. I know what I like.
That's right.
And I also know that even though that's a dark roast, I enjoy it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it was good.
There's some coffees that I try and I do not enjoy.
It is,
but that was one that we liked it. So
well, Ryan's the coffee expert.
Yeah, for sure.
So he was trying to explain to me the different dark roast, but this dark roast, he said, now if somebody likes that burnt, bitter dark roast, this is not it. But this is a smooth dark roast, and it was really good.
Yeah, it was good.
Now we tasted some that we didn't like. It was really bitter.
The other one that we tried, I said I don't like it, and I probably wouldn't have said that had it not been compared one to another. But being the comparison there, we knew which one we liked better.
Right. So the dark roast fans, dark roast is out. Dark roast is out. Yep.
You can even get it in a subscription.
And Brooke, where can they find our coffee to order it? Where is that located?
It's at www.coghillfarm.com. COGHILLFARM.com.
Oh, me.
Boy, I hope that guy's not offended that told me I didn't need to say www because it's all in good fun.
Well, it's like the funniest thing that people he shouldn't be, because people get so tickled and that makes their day every time we do it now.
I came exposed to somebody at Petals from the Past that said www when I was walking by them. So, it's kind of like, I need a shirt, www, and then ...
Or just www real big and then dot.
Yeah, nothing behind it.
Hill Farm in lowercase.
Oh, awesome. Jacqueline, you hear that? That's the easiest. I could even do that one myself.
Oh,
I doubt it. So if you want to get started on that in your spare time, I don't think she has any of that.
She
But
doesn't have any spare time.
yeah, I think that's a good shirt.
Zach's on here today because he may be letting Jacqueline sleep late this morning.
Oh my goodness. Somebody needs to. That
Yep.
lady works hard.
We run poor Jacqueline.
Not to say Zach doesn't work hard, but Jacqueline is our go-to for our website.
Right.
Zach has other things that he has to take care of.
That's correct.
So kudos to you, Zach, if you are letting maybe Eleanor's sleeping in too. Oh, there we go. The girls are sleeping in.
There you go, buddy. I hear you.
He knows this is what's happening. So
there's Ryan the roaster on here, but go ahead.
He knows that this afternoon the TV is going to require his full attention.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Zach, let me tell you what I used to do when we were newlyweds.
I don't know what happened. I don't know where the newlywed went.
I don't know where I stopped doing this.
I don't either. Let's go back to bed and start over.
Zach, let me tell you what I used to do. So, on football day, but used to then, I'd watch game day in the morning. It was a whole
It was a football day.
Now it's just when the game comes on.
Well, that's because things have changed.
Yeah. But back in the day, Zach, this is what I used to do because I wanted to make sure I had the day to myself. I didn't want, hey, Jason, will you help me do this? Jason, will you help me do that?
This is pre-Mary Carl.
I'd wake up super early in the morning and I would clean the entire house.
And let me sleep.
And let Brooke sleep. So when she got up, she had to let me watch football all day, Zach. And that's what I did. And it sounds like Zach he may have learned that trick too. I don't know.
The first thing that I would see when I woke up in the morning is him with a can of Pledge and a rag. Because he was adamant that he needed to let me know that he had been dusting furniture.
Yes.
He'd done everything but vacuumed.
Because that would have made so much noise.
That would have woke me up.
But everything else, clean the dishes, clean the cabinet, the counters, mop.
I'm calling for a do-over. We can go right back to bed, wake up, or even tomorrow. We can act like there's game day tomorrow.
But it worked. It worked. I got the whole Saturday. I could watch football all day long.
And the thing was,
no interruptions.
The thing was, it's not like I left the house and went and hung out with my girlfriends or anything.
No.
I stayed there and watched football too, and had a clean house to boot.
Oh my goodness. I remember that like it was yesterday.
Somebody said he's a good man. I want to know what happened. Did he turn into a bad man? How did the tide turn? Literally, the tide turned.
I think now I don't feel as guilty because I don't sit in here all day and watch football now.
Well, I will allow it if you get up and clean the house and you sit all day long. I'll go out there and pull fence. I'll do whatever needs to be done. Just clean the house.
Oh my goodness.
And y'all, let me tell y'all something. So we're super busy people, right? As most of you guys are, but we're in and out of this house all day long. And our house it's like a catch-all. I would call our bar area the catch-all.
Yep.
Because we have a 10-foot, is it 10 foot or 8 foot?
What are you talking about?
The bar.
Oh, I think it's 8 foot. I think it was originally going to be 10, and we thought that's way too big.
We have an 8
I'm glad it's not.
Oh, well, you know why.
I know why.
We have an 8-foot bar that we were happy to have because we have bar stools there, and that's where our family eats every single day. We have a table and chairs, but we sit at that bar as a family and eat. But when we sit down to eat, we have to move the stuff that has accumulated throughout the day off of the bar.
Right.
And it's just a catch-all. And I guess probably everybody's house is like Jason tries to tell me that everybody.
I do try to tell you that everybody's not Martha Stewart. When you walk in their house, I know there's exceptions out there. I know that there are Martha Stewarts out there, and I love them because Martha Stewart's great. But normal and everyday people
that work,
their houses have clutter and they're not spick and span.
I'm convinced otherwise. I'm convinced that you guys put your things in their proper spot when you come in the door. And I'm just as guilty as Mary Carl and Jason. I'm not trying to say that I'm not guilty, but it's a catch-all. And that goes for countertops. It goes for everything. So in reality, we need some house help. We need somebody. My goal when I started my channel was if I got to certain point, then I would like to hire somebody to clean the windows.
Yeah.
That was my goal.
Right.
Because I cannot stand looking out of these windows that my dogs look out of and lick because they see us outside working.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're all licked up. And so about it gets behind. Once a week, I would say, I clean the windows.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes time to clean the windows that I don't have. So I really need somebody to come in and clean my windows. They can't do anything with the clutter because they don't know where it goes. And there's a few other things that I would allow to be done. But y'all, I can't let anybody come in.
I'm reading the comments and everybody's like us, but most everybody's is their kitchen table. One person said it's any flat surface.
I feel like
you know what we need.
I know what we need.
What was the robot's name on the Jetsons? She was the housekeeper. That's what we need. One of them.
So I have a Sally, and I named her Sally. And I'm sorry if your name's Sally, but I have a Roomba.
Mm-hmm. She's
called an iRobot Roomba. And
Rosie, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I named her Sally.
Yes.
And I love her dearly.
Sally's the vacuum cleaner.
Sally's the iRobot vacuum cleaner because we have dogs. We go in and out all day long. I mash a button on my phone and Sally cleans the floors. I've had a Roomba for 20 years. Whenever they came out is when I got the first one. First one I ever got, I bought it on Marketplace, used.
Yep.
Second one I ever got, I bought it on Marketplace, used. So here within the past year, I found Sally on clearance at Walmart, and she's a self-emptying model.
She is. It was like half off too.
Y'all. So my biggest thing with my old Sally was she turned red and I have to go physically empty her. Well, the benefit of having a Roomba is you can walk away and they can vacuum while you're doing it. Right. So I'd come in and the bin would be full and her battery would be gone and she never completed the job.
Right.
So the new Sally that I got clearanced at Walmart, literally half off, empties itself. She goes to the emptier, she sucks it all up, and she goes back and does her job, puts herself back on the base. Sally's one thing because she didn't tell people what she saw on the floor.
Right.
She didn't tell people about her clutter that's piled up on the bar. But if I have an individual come in here and they open that door and they see all that stuff piled up on that bar, they're going to turn around and walk out.
I don't think so. I think it was Ryan that was telling me this, that he knew somebody that would clean their house before the housekeeper.
Oh, I know who it was, but we can't say who it was.
It's so funny.
I would have to do just that.
Goodness.
I could not let anybody in here without cleaning first.
Yep.
I couldn't do it.
It is. I'm reading. Everybody's got their Sally's name something. Hazel, Maybelle. Somebody said their name there's Harry Mess.
That's about what mine needs to be named.
Oh,
while our dogs are not shedding dogs, so to speak, Holly does shed twice a year. And poor little Gidget, she releases like kind of like fur balls, I guess you would say. She's more like a cat.
Yeah, it is crazy.
And Sally, she takes all that hair and she puts it in that bin and disposes of it. But there's just not a window washer that, if y'all know of one, an electronic window washer, that would be great.
Wouldn't that like a Roomba?
Yeah, but for windows.
Window. That's what we can invent that.
So I checked.
Ryan, write that down. Write that down, Ryan.
Ryan's our tech guy. He's all interested in new things. So if you could invent
he's our brainstormer.
Yeah. If you could invent a window washer robot, I would love to have one.
That's right.
Matter of fact, I could probably go ahead and think of a name for it.
It is window.
No, it has to be like Sally.
Oh.
That would be the brand. We have to come up with a name. I checked into, they have a Roomba or iRobot that mops, but the reviews are terrible.
Somebody says Amazon has window washing robots. They make them. Look at them. They make them. Oh my goodness.
No way.
Look.
Oh my gracious.
You writing that down?
I don't have to write it down. I might as well
It's called a squeegee.
But not an electronic.
That's what they're saying. Several people said it.
Yeah, but a squeegee you have to manually
I think
do.
they were being funny. Yep.
Oh. Well, that's disappointing.
Wanda the window washer.
Well, I think they're just trying to come up with a name. I need something now.
Windex window.
I need something now.
Oh, me. That's funny.
I even saw somebody at a local donut shop here recently. Mary Carl, from time to time, likes to have a donut. I like a donut too, but my waistline does not. So I let her get all the donuts she wants. And there was somebody there cleaning windows. And I asked them, did they do residential? And they said, not usually.
You know, when I worked at the car dealership.
Yeah, somebody came and cleaned them.
It was just random. And it may be once a year. It may have been once every 3 years. But they would, and the owner would always let them wash them because I always needed it. But yeah, it was so random. Really random.
I think our windows are different than other people's because, like I said, our little...
No, there's several people who said that their dogs do that. And I saw somebody said that their cats keeps theirs dirty. So it's because they're so low to the ground.
Oh, yeah. Well, we like that they can get up there and look out and see what we're doing and whatever. I'm not complaining about them licking it up. I just wish I had an easy way to clean it.
Yep.
Because, you know, they need to be able to see what we're doing.
Yes,
especially if they can't be out there with us. I mean, I thought this morning, I said, I ought to bring Gidget on the live instead of Dee Dee. And then I thought about it again and I said, well, I'd have to bring her back downstairs because she can't sit still. But y'all, she sleeps in a crate and it's for her own personal good. It's her shut off switch because she never shuts off. So I put her in the crate at night and I get her out in the morning. And when I open that crate up in the morning, she's rested. She's
so calm.
Otherwise, she doesn't shut off.
Right. She doesn't shut off.
She doesn't shut off. So if you're not a crate person, I'm sorry, but it's best for Gidget. But when I open that door, y'all, it is just, she is so happy to get her day started that she leaps into my arms. I don't know why I'm talking about Gidget, but or how that even got there. How we even got on the subject of her, but I guess because she licks the windows. There's no way we can open the door and let Gidget go outside with us. That's what I was going to say.
Okay.
Dee Dee goes outside. She walks around. She feeds the farm. Mary Carl thinks that I should work with Gidget and try to get her to where she can come outside.
Just on a leash.
Well, no, she thinks without a leash. She thinks I ought to be able to work with her and get her to the point where she can come out without a leash. It is not possible.
I don't see how.
Okay, so like I need to hire somebody to wash the windows. I would need to hire somebody to come and train Gidget to be able to walk around outside without being on a leash.
I think her instincts are too strong. If she was to see just a, something just scoot, she's going to be, I just think so.
She goes Mach 100.
Yep.
Everything she does. There is no slow, except for when she gets in that crate. That's her shut off. And I'm so thankful that she can shut it off.
Yeah, me too.
Otherwise, she I don't know.
Oh,
I was fixing to say something and now I don't know what it was. Go ahead.
Well, Topper's foot. I wanted to say that Topper, you officially removed Topper's Band-Aid.
His last bandage has been
Yep.
removed, and he's good to go.
He is good to go.
But they're still in their little area.
Right.
I'm still hoping that we can get the fence finished
Maybe so.
and let them in that area without moving them back.
We'll see.
Yeah, we will see.
We'll see. And maybe the next live might be in the barn.
Because we got internet. We have internet that has been installed in our barn.
That's right.
Y'all, this is a game changer. Because otherwise, y'all couldn't see anything that goes on at the barn unless it was recorded.
And I do plan on putting a antenna outside.
Mm-hmm.
I got one. I think it'll work. But, you know, my buddy Clack, the Clack Shack, he's a huge tech guy. I mean,
so much so when he talks, I don't get it.
I mean, he is hardcore. He knows about that kind of thing. And he's not far from me. And I need to go over there and look at what he's got. His setup, because he's got all kind of cool stuff that I really want over here. And he's got, you know,
speaker systems, like intercom kind of thing.
He's got all kind of cool stuff, but he's got where his network is around his place. And I would love to have that, but definitely have internet in the barn now, which is awesome.
Yes. One step closer to where we want to be.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I was going to say earlier. So Holly came to live with us in December, and before that, when Gidget, it happens, somebody leaves the door open too wide and Gidget goes, pew, and we act like mad people trying to chase her and get her to come to us, and it spends an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Since Holly's been here in December, Gidget's probably gotten out 3 times. And when that happens, Holly goes, she runs,
she does.
She puts her paw on Gidget and holds her there until we go get her.
She gets her.
Every time.
Every time. She will. And Gidget's fast, but she's not Holly fast.
She's not Holly fast. Yesterday, you were at I think it was yesterday. I don't even remember what day it was. Anyway, one day, Jason was at the barn, the new barn, working, and Holly was obviously out there with him. Mary Carl and I had gone to town. We came back, and Holly decided to come where we were. So we're driving down the driveway, and she's beside us, and I'm being real careful. And Mary Carl says, Mama, she's gone. So I speed up a little bit. And Mama, she's gone over by the pastures.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Holly's running wide open. Holly beats us to the house.
She's fast.
I'm driving the car at a normal speed.
She is fast.
Luckily, she wasn't running by the car.
Oh, yeah.
But she took a shortcut. She ran in front of the existing pastures, and she beat us to the house.
I'll tell you something funny yesterday. So I was at the barn working, and she's always with me.
Mm-hmm.
But you came up there, and then the boys came up there, and then she'll get distracted by the boys, especially Bandit. Her and Bandit play they're best friends. And so you went back home.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Holly went back because Bandit went back, and she came inside.
Mm-hmm.
She forgot that I was still outside.
Uh-huh.
And when I started walking, I drove the side-by-side back. I came, and she was jumping up and down at that door like, I got stuck in here, and I can't open this door. I mean, she was fired up.
Because she probably thought that you had gone somewhere and that she was staying with us.
I think she just got distracted because you and the boys left, and she just followed the boys over there. And then when you came in, she just naturally came in, and then she realized I wasn't inside.
Yeah.
I'm still at the barn.
Right. She's a
Holly.
special girl.
She is a special girl.
She is one to be. She can't be replaced, that's for sure.
She is something else.
What did Chestnut say?
She's talking about the shirt, the design.
Oh, okay.
Yep. She is. Andale says she wish she had a tech guy near her.
Well, it's just that, Andale. He lives near us, but that's the extent of it. We got to still figure out what we got to do.
We've been so busy. Goodness gracious.
Well, I'm not
so
complaining,
busy.
though.
Yep.
And we got some even busier things that are going on this next week. Hopefully, maybe we can even make an announcement about it next week.
Maybe so.
But we'll see.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
There was something I wanted to talk about, and I don't remember what
You can't
it was.
remember what it was? Okay.
Oh, I want to tell y'all a story.
Uh-oh.
What time is it? We got 20 minutes?
Mm-hmm. We got as many time we want, but go ahead.
No, Jason, we got until 2:30. We got to be finished with everything we got to do by 2:30. So we don't have all the time we need. Okay.
Oh, man.
So do y'all remember when we first moved here? We had the Victorian Crown Pigeons in the Purple Pigeon Palace.
Mm-hmm.
You know where I'm going with this?
Yes.
So Mary Carl had a few other pigeons at the time, but nothing like what she has now.
Right.
And so they all stayed inside that Purple Pigeon Palace because we didn't have the aviary complete. Obviously, we had just moved here. That was their first home. So I don't know why, but we needed to put a crate inside that Purple Pigeon Palace.
I can't remember why we're putting a crate in there, but we did.
We had to put a crate in there. So Mary Carl's telling me, Mama, you can't open that door and put that crate put together.
Because it was a big crate.
It was a big crate.
It was a
I
big
don't know why
crate.
we were putting the crate in there.
Or were we trying to catch something?
Oh, whatever.
I don't know. This was 2 years ago, pretty much.
So she's telling me that I have to fold the crate down.
Mm-hmm.
And my brain does not work like that, y'all. I see easy, and that's the way I do it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't take time to do things the right way. I do it easy. So you're out there with us, weren't you?
I was out there, and I was kind of leaning on Mary Carl's side. And so Brooks put in the crate in there, and then the crate kind of gets hung up a little bit.
So that means the door's open with this big crate.
The door's open with a big crate. I'm standing at the door, and my thinking is, because Mary Carl's biggest issue was she was scared that the Victorian Crown Pigeons were going to get out of the Purple Pigeon Palace.
Because at the time, there was no escape room that we have now.
You just matter of fact, you had to open the door and shut it real quick.
Because you open the door to the big wide world.
So it kind of gets hung up just a little bit. And as Brooks getting it in, the first Victoria Crown Pigeon flies straight over our heads and straight out. And I was trying to block the door, and it went straight out into
the big wide
world. And then a few seconds later, the second Victorian Crown Pigeon flew out as well. And total shock. Because we're like, oh my goodness.
They're gone.
Yeah.
They're gone.
So
they can fly like an eagle.
They can fly really well. So I turn around and look, and lo and behold, I watched one fly towards where the tiny house was, where Brooks' mom's house was. And then the other one flew to the right and
towards the road.
Towards the road and where the garden is now.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Mary Carl loses it. She is just she
fell onto the ground.
So upset. And we're like, oh my goodness, what in the world are we going to do?
So she's hollering, they're gone. They're gone.
We
can't get them back.
And so I took some deep breaths. I said, all right. I saw the first one land to the right. The second one landed in a tree.
In a pine tree.
The first one landed to the right. And so I take off running.
Mary Carl goes with you.
She did. And
probably because she was so mad at me.
She was upset. So me and Mary Carl went. I said, Mary Carl, let's do this. Let's just think logically. Don't look at the big picture. Let's break it down. This is what I'm so good at. I don't know why my brain works this way.
And I'm so bad at it. I am thinking we got to call the fire department. We got to get a bucket truck.
I break things down, and like the pastures, you're like, gosh, the pastures are so big, we're never gonna get this done. I'm like, look, we just do one at a time. We get this first one done, that leaves us with 4 left. We get the second one done, that leaves us with 2 left. And that's just how
have I ever told y'all?
That's how my brain works.
On a live. Mm-hmm. How much I appreciate this man.
I appreciate you too, lady.
No, listen. If we didn't have a brain that worked like his, well, I was going to say something ugly about another farm, that we would be like that farm, but I'm not going to do that.
No.
No,
Yeah,
I'm in
yeah.
a comical way.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to call them out.
Yeah.
But y'all, things wouldn't work the way they do.
So, told me, Carl, let's just get the first one first, and we'll worry about the other one. So we ran over there, and Mary Carl's telling me what they do. They lift one wing up. That means stand back. Stand back. That means stand back.
They feel danger.
So if they lift two wings up, there's a chance they're going to fly. And so she's got that one wing lift up, and I kind of just walking with my arms open, and I got Mary Carl get on the other side of me, and we made like a movable fence.
Yeah, but what did we have at the time? We had that greenhouse that we bought from James Roberts.
That's right.
That she was cornered up against.
Yeah. So what we basically did was we cornered her in the pasture, and lo and behold, she did like what chickens seem to do. If we get a chicken cornered in the pasture, they don't fly up.
They try to escape.
They try to go up. And two, I don't think these are, not all birds can just jump and fly up. Peacocks are really well at jumping up and going.
Yeah, you couldn't have done that with a peacock.
It would have gotten away. But most things like chickens and ducks and geese and Victorian crown pigeons, they kind of get just a little running start and they fly this way. Well, we had her cornered, and she did exactly what I wanted her to do. And she tried to go through the fence. And when she tried to go through the fence, I saw my window, and so I jumped and I caught her. So I caught the first one.
The female.
And so Mary Carl was so excited.
In the meantime, I'm standing over at the pine tree.
Yep.
Just watching him 50 foot up in the air, thinking to myself, I've got to call 911.
Get her caught, put her back up where she needs to be.
Mary Carl's half of her brain has started to recover.
Yeah, she's calmed down a little bit. So that was the female we caught. Mm-hmm. The male was in the tree. Mm-hmm. How are we going to get this bird, and they're huge, they're big birds, out of the tree? Well,
the open pastures behind him. If he goes that way, it's over.
Well, my biggest fear was if he would have went backwards towards, we got 20-acre woods, and then it's somebody else's property, and then it just goes on and on and on. I'm like, if he gets in those woods,
it's over.
We're in big trouble. We're in big, big trouble.
And Mary Carl was thinking if he ever got into an open area where he could actually take flight, then he could lift.
Yes.
Where he couldn't do that where the trees were.
Right. So, y'all, we tried everything. First thing we tried was we threw food down. We threw bread down. We tried any way to entice him. Then Mary Carl had the great idea of getting the female, putting her in a cage that was open, and sitting her at the bottom, and maybe he would come down.
And we peeked around.
Oh,
we looked like cornbread or old goats looking around the corner.
Yeah, that's
trying to see what was happening.
You're exactly right. Well, my thinking the whole time is that when it got dark, and put her in there and leave the door open in the the Purple Pigeon Palace and put her in a cage, that he would fly back in. That's what I was thinking.
But I was thinking that we had not been there long enough for him to even know where his homing instinct was.
It would have been a gamble, but it was all a gamble anyways. But that to me, that would have been the last resort, was to try that once it started getting dark.
We wanted to get them before it got dark.
Right. So then, y'all, this was taking forever. We were patiently waiting. We're now an hour and a half in trying to get this bird down. He just sat there in the tree. And then I was like, we got to get him to fly down. So then we started trying to shake the tree a little bit.
We had an extension ladder to the highest point, reaching up with things, trying to get him to go down.
Well, we eventually got him to fly, but he flew to another tree. Mm-hmm. And he flew towards the woods, which really scared me. Scared me to death. I'm like, we're going to lose him. This
is the area where the pond is now.
Right.
And there were trees there that are not there now.
So I got the extension ladder again, and this time I could reach him. And I'm thinking maybe I could ease up there, and he just sits there. And if I could get close enough, I could just grab him, just like Holly does.
Gidget.
Gidget.
Did you say Millie?
I did.
Oh my gracious.
So I get the extension ladder up there, y'all, and I start walking, and I'm just easing up there just as slow as I can, and then boom, he takes off, and I'm like, oh no, y'all, he's headed straight towards the woods. I'm like, we're in trouble, and it was as if he was at a dove shoot. And somebody got him because he went straight down. He started going straight towards the woods, and he just dropped like a rock, just boom, and he was on the ground. Well, we had the net with us. We got a net we use, and I mean, my heart just stopped, and I was like, "Oh my gracious!" So
you realize that it's now or never.
it is now or never
because he's on the ground.
So all of us get down there, and I'm like, "Look, let's just make a little circle around him." You had the net, and I told you, overshoot, because what you tend to do with a chicken or whatever that's you're trying to catch and you're using a net, you kind of go right where they are,
and then they scoop
They're
2 inches
exactly. So always overshoot. So you get a little bit closer. You get
here.
closer.
I am with all this weight on my shoulders.
It was on you too, girl.
But I'm the one that let it out, so I'm the one that's either got to catch it or let it go.
So we ease up. Granted, we're well over 3 hours now.
Oh, probably more longer than that. You've probably missed the Alabama-Auburn football game by this point.
We're well over 3 hours now trying to catch this bird. And I was like, this is it. Just overshoot. And we got him. And you get a little bit closer and a bit closer. And he would just inch away, but he wouldn't run. And you got the net and you swung, you overshot, and he went right in it.
And we got the bird back.
Y'all talk about a relief.
Oh my gracious.
Whoa.
First of all, we had a child she was what, 11 at the time, because this was 2 years ago.
She may have been 10, depending on
10 or probably 11, because she's about to be 14.
Right.
Probably 11, and things in her brain aren't going the same way they are in our brain. And we've got these birds that, oh my gosh, they're irreplaceable. I mean, monetarily they're replaceable, but to her they're irreplaceable.
Right.
The lady that gifted them to us, she gave them to us because we were good caretakers.
Right.
And we had failed, or so we thought we had failed, and we got them back. And from that point on, I have never gone and made anytime either of them tell me that's not going to work, I just let it go.
Well, yeah, that's true. And then we started making arrangements. I put some hardware cloth above the door because the door opened in. And so to get in the Purple Pigeon Palace, you had to open up and duck. And I almost had to crawl in because they're not going to walk on the ground and scoot out.
And this was until we had the room. I call it an escape room.
Oh, man.
That they couldn't get out of. We built that first of all, because we were not going to let this ever happen again. And second of all, we built the aviary, which they're in now. And
we got double door. That's what we started doing, was the double door. Because if you ever gone to a aviary like at a zoo or something, there's always double doors. You go in one door and you're in just a little.
But we had just moved them.
I know, yep.
We didn't have time to do that.
We didn't have. I know. I saw some people saying, "Well, why didn't we video it?" Well, it was just.
Oh my gosh.
We would never. It was.
And plus that
panic mode.
If we hadn't have got them back, I never would have wanted to see that again.
Oh, it makes me anxious thinking about it.
It does me too.
It really does.
That means we're going to get a lot accomplished between now and 2:30.
We are.
But that's something that happened to us that we wouldn't be sharing with y'all if they had gotten loose. Well, I don't know what we would have done if they'd gotten loose, honestly.
Right.
I just don't know.
I don't know either.
It was a miracle, a mere miracle that we got them back. No egg. No, she hasn't laid an egg, but this is gross to me, but it's nature. They regurgitate to each other, meaning they take their food and put it in each other's mouths, showing their love. they do that. They love each other. They love each other without any doubt in my mind. The way I love this man, she loves her husband.
Hey, but listen, don't regurgitate and give me some of your
You would
food.
eat it.
I don't need.
I don't have
need
enough-
any of that.
I don't have enough coffee left to do that.
Oh man!
But no doubt that they are in love, and I do believe that she's gonna lay an egg at some point. She's gonna lay an egg because they're so deeply in love.
I tell you, when I'm upstairs, I can hear a lot better than downstairs because our house kind of goes down. But up here, I'm almost level with the pastures and stuff, and I can hear so well up here versus down there. But when you're up here and he's doing his little swooning call, where he's like, "Hey, baby,"
he does a boom, boom, boom,
it
boom,
is,
boom,
y'all.
boom,
You
boom.
can hear it up here, and I mean, it is loud.
And then when they actually mate, it changes tunes, but you can't really hear that. It's too low pitch. But I actually caught it on a video that I put out, and we didn't visibly see it, but we knew that they were mating. And I mean, I just am convinced there's going to be an egg. Not this year, I don't think. I think that they know it's too late in the season. They got to know.
Who knows? But he sure don't mind courting her.
Mary Carl told me the other night when we were outside and I was working on the little aviary area. She said, "Mama, he's regurgitating to her." And I said, "Please, dear God, do not let her lay an egg this late in the season, because we've already decided that we're not putting plastic on the aviary. We have another solution to their heated area. We're not putting that plastic up anymore.
Right.
We've got a way to keep them warm. We'll show y'all when it happens." But I said, if she lays an egg, I'm going to have to come up with some kind of heat source right over that nest. And it ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
There's no way that
would be
60 days is what it takes. So. She could not sit on that egg for 60 days. What would it be at 60 days? September the 24th, October, November. It'd be Thanksgiving. It'd be Thanksgiving and she'd have a chick.
Oh my goodness.
That's tropical. New Guinea as their home base. So you can imagine the temperatures that it takes to make them thrive.
Oh yeah. 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 They're like you. They don't like the cold weather.
And this is another thing. No, they don't. This is another thing that has happened since we changed their diet. When we visited Discovery Cove, we told y'all this. They have an aviary. They have Victorian crown pigeons. They told us what food that they used. And so we swapped the entire diet. We went and we changed everything that they had been eating for the past years to a diet that consisted of pellets. And they were meant for frutivores, so to speak, which they are frutivores. And then another type of pellet. Y'all, the consistency of their feces has completely changed in a good way. In a good way. Mary Carl celebrated one day this week and told me that their feces looks like a normal bird. She put on a little party hat and she did a dance and she celebrated that the Victorian feces look normal.
Oh goodness.
Seriously.
Went from regurgitating.
It's the way life works, Jason. People need to know that.
Oh.
So there's no doubt in my mind that they're perfectly healthy. They're perfectly happy. They're in love, such as we are. And there's going to be an egg at some point.
I saw a tip that we need to look. What's up, buddy?
Who?
My buddy Lester.
Oh, right. No, somebody said you look stupid when you do that.
Somebody gave us a tip.
What?
On your windows. They said they did it on their shower curtain. I mean, not shower curtain, shower door. They said that they put Old English polish on their shower door.
Huh.
And that keeps the
saliva from
not that, but I think they're thinking of that. You get that white looking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? And they said that their mother uses Rain-X on their shower door.
I've seen to use Rain-X, but I don't think that would prevent the licking.
It may not show up. We could do a test window. We could buy some Rain-X and do a test window.
I have some Rain-X.
Scum. That's what they call it. Scale. Scum. One of the two on that shower door.
So Old English furniture polish, shoe
Or
polish,
Rain-X.
or Rain-X will prevent licking.
Well, they said we could
Marks.
try it.
If that works, I'm going to do it in my car because I have lick marks all up and down the back seat of my car where Holly rides.
Somebody said you can use WD-40 too.
Mm-mm.
That smell, though, I don't know if I can handle that.
And plus that we have sensitive birds in here.
Yep. Oh, WD-40, talking about the smell. I told you that they got a cologne out that smells like WD-40 now. I don't know who is buying this cologne.
I don't want to smell like, I don't want a man that smells like WD-40.
I can't imagine.
I mean, y'all might.
I can't imagine. Car wax would even work. That's a good one.
Yeah, it is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I still think I'm going to have to clean the windows.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have to clean the windows, and I'm going to have to get over the fact that my bar's piled up with stuff, and eventually allow somebody to help because my days are getting longer. And I'm getting older.
Oh, man.
No, I'm not near too old to clean my house, and I don't mean that by all means.
Magic erasers work well on windows.
I got one of those.
We're getting all kind of stuff today.
I got one of those, but I don't have time to try it before 2:30. We got a short day today.
We got a short day today.
We got a short day, and are y'all finished with your coffee? Are you finished with your coffee?
I am. I usually don't drink mine as fast, but beeswax.
Just wait just a minute because I got one sip.
I'm gonna write all these down. I got all these.
Only write them down if you're going to be the one that does it.
Okay. I want to do a test window. We make it do a test window with beeswax. Okay.
All right. So I hope y'all enjoyed this Saturday morning coffee live. And if you missed it earlier, we now have dark roast coffee at www.coghillfarm.com.
That's right.
We have subscriptions on coffee, so you never run out. I'm trying to make this easy for y'all. Trying to make it easy. Oh, we got a new member.
All right.
Yay! Yeah, all those things. But y'all say some.
And we got a new kids video out.
I got a new kids video out. I'll have a video out in the morning. We'll have another one Monday, another one Tuesday, another one Wednesday, and the list goes on.
That's right.
We'll be back here Tuesday at 4:00. That's the plan anyway. Anything changes, we'll let you know. Grab your cup. Hope it's empty.
Sounds like the ocean.
So I hope y'all enjoyed this live. Hope y'all have a wonderful Saturday and roll tide.
Y'all have an awesome day today. We love y'all. Y'all be good.